If you are ready to start managing users in your platform, it's important to know that that's done on the LMS backend, meaning the Net Dimensions backend. So we're going to go log in just like a learner would and log into courses and put in your username and password. I log in. Now remember, this tutorial isn't going to show you how to do everything with users. I just want to give you a basic understanding of where to go to manage learners, users, and there's a couple of different sections that are important here. So I'm going to go to the Manage Center, and you'll see users right here. This is the gateway to all your users. You can search for users here. You can see them in the scroll bar here. You can also create new users here. So if you just have one person you need to add real quickly, this is the place to do it. Again, instructions on how to do that on the site elsewhere. I'm going to take you back to the homepage for a second and show you that because you'll be spending so much time in the user section, you can click View Users right here. It takes you to the same place. Now there's another important thing to consider when you're setting up users, and that's building your organization structure. So I'm going to take us back to the Manage Center, and under Users, there's Organization Maintenance. Now, the organization maintenance lets you store your learners in an organized way. This particular LMS is built up by region. So I have an Africa node. We call them nodes or folders. So as you move forward, the organization node or folder, remember that term. Under Africa, I have folks in Kenya and South Africa. The reason why this is important is because it's really easy to run reports based on the organization nodes. So if I want to grab a quick report down the road on everybody in the Africa node and everyone in that node, beneath it, that's a pretty simple thing to do. And there are plenty of demos and tutorials on how to set this up, and definitely worth talking to your Lingo's partner about setting that up the first time. Now, the way that corresponds to my user data, because you'll notice if I look in here, there's no way to see the users here. If you want to see the users, go to Users and open up that user field again. And you'll see that it's a little bit tricky. I have to open up a particular user, and that's going to give me the user editor and another view of my users on the side here. So remember, we had Africa and Kenya, South America. South Africa. So if I look in here, there's actually no users in that folder. I do have users in my non-member folder. So it allows me to organize my users in such a way that I'll be able to pull simple reports or assign courses and that sort of thing down the road. So just to recap real quickly, when you're working with users, there's basically three things to remember. The user section, to add users one by one, to quickly change a password. You can come in and change a password really quickly on somebody. You can send them a reset password email. So all of that's done on the user section of the LMS. The organization maintenance is where you go to set up or edit the way your users are organized. But remember that you can't see your users here or move them around. You have to go to the user manager to do that. Now, because we're talking about users, I think it's important to just point out that there's an easier way to add bulk users all at once. So on the support page under user management, there's a page about filling out the user data loader file and a place to download the user data loader file. Basically, this allows you to input multiple users all at once. The red fields are required. Input those users and send that file to support@lingos.org and we'll upload it for you. Again, there's a lot of information on the support site on how to do this. I just want you to be aware it's there. So let's just recap really briefly. If you want to manage users, you need to log in just like a learner would to the back end. You'll come to the back end landing page. Most of the time, you'll just go to View Users, and that will allow you to add users, edit users. Maybe they got a new email address or they had their name changed. And you can even delete and change the status of users. And lastly, if you want to load a group of users, more than one, it's better to fill out the user data loader file and email that to support@lingos.org and we'll upload it for you. And everything you need to know on filling that out is here along with a tutorial. So that was a really fast overview of managing users in the system. Probably one of the biggest questions we get on the support desk. Remember that if you're struggling with this for more than 5 minutes, you should email support@lingos.org so that we can help you out. And don't forget to come to office hours with all your questions on Wednesdays. And thanks for watching.